Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Tea. I'm Alex Schiffman, and joining me again is my girl, Monsi Bolanos. Welcome, Monsi. How you doing?
How are you? I'm so excited. Here we are on this Thursday, a bit gloomy today, but I'm loving it. I'm excited that it's starting to slowly get colder so that I can start wearing boots and scarves, but I don't want like a real cold. Like you know what I mean? A Southern California cold. That's what I'm looking for.
Like a 70-degree cold we'll take.
Yeah. Nothing below
75 and gloomy.
Yeah. Exactly. Just little by little, nothing below 50. No. I can't. Just keep it chilly so I could wear a scarf in my boots. That's it.
It's so interesting because, of course, I grew up here in Southern California. I know you did as well, Monsi. So it's like these seasons, these things that people talk about, we've never experienced. So It's kind of sad when the holidays come around and I see, the movies with the white Christmas and everything else. And I'm like, I wish we could experience that sometime,
I like that I've never experienced a white Christmas. I've experienced, like snow and the holidays, but I've never spent a Christmas somewhere else. But I like that it's more like a trip for us. And when people are like, oh, it's 23 degrees. I'm sorry, what? What do you mean it's 23 degrees? What? I don't
Not
get it.
Real life. I know. It's pretty crazy. Well, T-Tribe, good morning. And if you're just joining us, let us know in the chat, where are you watching from this morning? And is it chilly where you are? Because we are talking about seasons. And let us know in the chat, have you ever had or celebrated a white Christmas or holiday season with friends or family? Tell us about your favorite holiday memory in the chat. They're right around the corner, Monsi. I know we keep kind of teasing them and people are coming out with holiday music, but it'll be here before we know it.
Girl, I know. This year has really gone by a little fast despite the situation we're in. I remember March being like, oh my gosh, this is going to be such a long year. It is November. When did this happen?
When did this happen is right. It's almost at the end of the year. I mean, I know all of us can agree that we're kind of ready for 2020 to be over, hoping for, a better and brighter year in 2021. So part of me is ready to close this chapter. But then when it comes down to it, you're like, where did the year go? I have a friend. She's not even counting her age this year because she said it didn't happen.
Oh, me too. Your friend and I are on the same page. My birthday's in January. I'm going to be the same age. I did not grow this year. I did not become a better person. And it wasn't my fault. It was the situation. So I think all of us didn't grow a year. Nobody's age is going to grow. Everyone keep your age.
Right. We're just going to pause and we're going to come back in 2021. Exactly. But I want to shout out Jennifer in the chat, who is watching from Columbus this morning. She says it's cool. Kiara says it's pretty warm and sunny in Denver, Colorado today. Let's see who else. Kat is watching from Miami. Lazy Lacey is watching from Oklahoma, and it's like high 50s. She said she was raised a Jehovah's Witness, so not many holidays she's had, but this Christmas, her honey gave her a ring. Oh, but she lost it. I just experienced a lot of emotions from that chat, Lacey. We hope you find your ring, but that's very sweet that he bought you that, or she. Let's see who else. Emma is joining us from San Diego. She's a San Diego native. The first time she ever saw snow was in Switzerland. She had no idea what was happening. She felt like she was in a movie. Can totally relate. Keisha says it's 80 degrees today in Central California. I hate it. I like the season change and I want some rain. Monsi, are you a rain person? Do you like rain?
Sure. Do I have to drive anywhere? If I don't have to drive anywhere, it's fine. I like the rain. I don't mind even getting a little wet. I got rain boots. If I have to drive anywhere, especially here in LA, people just don't know how to drive when it rains. It's like everyone forgets. everyone forgets just basic driving, skills, or just being
101.
kind and courteous on the road. I hate driving in the rain, not because of me, because of those people around me.
Right? I completely agree. I like rain. I mean, it's probably because we, again, grew up in Southern California where it doesn't rain that often. But I enjoy rain when I'm inside. There's a fire going, a nice little movie on, and I am comfy on the couch. I do not like rain, just like you, Monzi, when I'm driving somewhere because people in LA cannot drive in the rain.
It's like a thing. I'm always like, I'm just going to call in sick. Is it raining today? I'm not going to work. I'm just going to call in sick. I can't.
Oh my gosh. I love it. All right, Monty. Well, we have a very thick Thursday as usual. So let me break down what we're spilling on the show today, starting with Harry Styles' movie closing due to COVID. We're seeing a lot of, productions close down due to this. So we'll tell you about that. Plus, Ariana Grande is coming for Gen Z TikTokers. We're going to tell you all about that. Also, Sophia Richie was spotted out with a possible confirmed boyfriend. We don't know what's going on, but we saw some PDA that we're going to speculate about. Plus, Travis Scott is revealing why he deleted his Instagram. We're also talking about new music from Lana Del Rey, Justin Bieber, for next week's CMAs. Country fans out there, we'll let you know about that. Then we go behind the Kar-Jenner gates to talk about the reaction to one of Kylie's posts yesterday. Miss Kris Jenner is turning 65 today. Happy birthday to our favorite momager. And Courtney showing Scott a lot of love on her social media with some throwback pics. What is going on with these two? And finally, for our OMG story of the day, we have some sad news to discuss with Lamar Odom and Sabrina Parr calling off their engagement. Really, really sad. We have a lot of feelings about this story, so be sure to stick around for that later in the show. This is thick, Monsi.
It is. And, we got some really fun stuff we're going to talk about, some not so fun stuff we're going to talk about, but it's all good, and I'm looking forward to it. And happy birthday to the #1 momager. Seriously. Good.
I know.
Girl. Man,
you go, girl. I can't wait to talk about that.
Right? I wish I could be Kris Jenner when I grow up. You know what I mean? Like, how does one become Kris Jenner? Impossible.
Honestly, if I could come back in my next life as Kris Jenner, I would do it. Like, no questions asked.
I can come back as Kris Jenner's dog or something, and I'd be okay with it. I think that would be a pretty good life. I'm good.
Perfect. Let's do it. Monty, you and I are coming back together as Kris and Chris's dog. Perfect.
Yes! Imagine. What a great life. What a good life.
What a great life, honestly. All right. Well, do you have your mug? Because it is time to spill that tea, Monty. Let's cheers to this thick Thursday and Miss Kris Jenner, of course. Happy birthday. All right. So T-Tribe, you know how this works. We kick it off with You Missed It, and these are all the stories you may have missed overnight. Don't worry, we handle all the trending tea for you. And first up, we're talking about Mr. Harry Styles and his new movie that's been put on hold. So New Line Cinema announced that they have temporarily shut down the Olivia Wilde-directed Don't Worry, Darling after a member of the production tested positive for COVID-19. So the movie has gotten a lot of buzz recently after it was confirmed that Harry Styles would be starring alongside Florence Pugh and Chris Pine in the film. While there hasn't been any news as to who contracted the disease or whether any of the stars have tested positive, the film team has enacted a 14-day standard quarantine to account for the dangerous situation. So this is yet another film production that is halted due to concerns surrounding COVID, joining the likes of the Tom Hanks-attached Elvis Presley film and Robert Pattinson's The Batman. Some movies I was really looking forward to. So this is unfortunate, but of course, understandable. While there's luckily been plenty of things to watch during quarantine via Netflix and other streaming sites, are you worried that we're going to start running out of content as the pandemic drags on? I mean, the least of our worries, Monty, but are you worried?
I am not worried. I think that the business of entertainment, movies, TV shows, and all this is changing and evolving. I mean, look at us, like you mentioned when we were talking earlier, we're at home, but I think they're always going to find a way. There's so many people's livelihoods are at stake, and I'm not talking about the actors. The actors don't need the money. We're talking about their crew. We're talking about the PAs. We're talking about the caterers. We're talking about the drivers, like everybody else who's around them. Their livelihoods depend on it. So no matter what, I think they're going to find a way. And hopefully as we move forward and we find out more about this virus, that we're able to get a hand on it and it'll actually become easier. Like, we're only thinking it's going to get worse. At one point, guys, it's got to get better. There's no way that we just keep getting worse, right? There's no way.
There's no way. Obviously, this is very unfortunate, and this has happened to a lot of productions, but you know, it makes sense for them to do this quarantine and this standard procedure, make sure everyone's okay, because at the end of the day, we want to make sure everyone is safe. This is not a virus to take lightly or to sleep on. So we will just have to wait and stay tuned to see that Harry and that stash, hopefully not, on the big screen.
Yeah,
I can do without the stash.
Yeah, let's hope the stash is not on the big screen. We're okay seeing the stash on our laptops, on our phone, because the screen is small. On a big screen, I don't know how we'd handle it, Alex.
Yeah. And to the point about worrying if, you know, we're going to run out of content as the pandemic goes on. Listen, I know you've all heard this all before. It's a new normal and it's a new content. Just in general, you know, for example, I've never shot from my bedroom or from my living room, you know, at home through my laptop. I've always been in a studio or at an event in the field. So this is new for me. I think content is just going to change. We're going to see a lot of stuff from home, from smaller studios, smaller crews, and we're just all going to have to transition to this new normal in order to provide the content that we all desperately need to get through the pandemic.
Yeah, for sure. And exactly, like, we're going to adjust, but at one point we're going to be able to kind of go back to how, not exactly the normal, but how so many productions could work at the same time. We're going to get back to that. That's, you know, that's the ultimate goal, and it's going to happen. But yeah, quarantine, they need to happen. It needs to make sure, they all need to make sure everyone's okay. And, you know, all of these people have like schedules. So it's like, they really have to make sure that everyone stays safe, because after this project, you know, they have another one waiting. So like, there's just so many moving factors to try and make this work. It's tough, but they're going to figure it out.
Exactly, they will. All right, well, listen to this next news, because late last week in an interview on the Zach Sang show, Ariana Grande came out criticizing the way in which many influencers have been ignoring quarantine rules during the pandemic. So during the show, Ariana threw some shade towards TikTok stars and other social media personalities who have continued to party whilst COVID has plagued the rest of the country. So Ariana said, quote, "Did we really all need to go to effing Saddle Ranch that badly that we couldn't have waited for the deathly pandemic to pass? We all really needed to put on our cowgirl boots and ride a mechanical bull that bad? We all needed that Instagram post that badly?" Now, Saddle Ranch is a popular influencer spot here in Los Angeles on Sunset Boulevard that has become very popular for social media stars to frequent, including Addison Rae, Dixie D'Amelio. I mean, all the biggest TikTokers go there. The YouTube channel Pap Galore tracked down the social media influencers and asked them about Ariana's comment. So Addison Rae had thought that Ariana's critique was fair, and Dixie said this when confronted by the Paps. Quote, "I don't really know what to think. I mean, she's right. She's right, yeah. She's a queen. I love her." So we've been talking about how many of these Gen Z stars have been ignoring, you know, a lot of the quarantine rules and guidelines as the pandemic rages on. Do you think that a huge name like Ariana Grande can convince these young celebs to rethink their partying ways?
Nah, no. These Gen Z is what you just called them, right? They feel invincible. They think they're invincible. Right. Even in that response, like, yeah, they said that Ariana was right or fair and whatnot, but I think they were just more excited that Ariana Grande is talking about them. And I don't think they really get it. Like, even though they're saying, yeah, I don't think they get it. You know, they're on a high. Here they are with probably more money than they thought, getting all this attention than they ever anticipated. They're on a high and they feel invincible. So they heard Ari and they listened and they said, yeah. And then they went, oh my gosh, Ari's talking about us. Let's post about it. And that's where we are.
Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, the reason that these influencers go to Saddle Ranch is because a lot of them are not 21 yet. And so at the end of the day, it's a restaurant, so they can get in. Fans want to see their favorite stars. TikTok stars want to be noticed. So it is a place where, you know, there's an outside patio. So technically, if we're getting really into it, I'm sure there is social distancing going on. You know, Saddle Ranch is a huge restaurant. They should be following, you know, the CDC guidelines and all of that. So let's hope that that's happening, because a lot of people do frequent there. And I agree with you. You know, they are young at the end of the age, at the end of the day, and they do feel invincible. So I don't necessarily blame them, but I also hope that maybe Ariana makes them think twice. And I love Dixie's response, because Dixie and Addison are smart girls, and they just, you know, they don't want to mess with Ariana. You know, they're just on the rise to fame and they know better. And at the end of the day, she is right. So
Yeah.
I love that she called them out, though. It's so funny that she did that.
For sure. And it's just like, you know, they're on a high. It's just they think they're invincible. You know what I mean? Like, they're just in a position that I don't get, because I've passed that age, but like, they must just feel like the world is their oyster.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Alonce says, yeah, unfortunately, you can't renegade your way through Corona. I had to shout you out because that was funny and made me laugh. No, you cannot renegade your way through Corona. But very, very funny. And I love, you know, the way they responded, because they're acknowledging that she's right. You know, and I agree. So let's move on to this next news about Sofia Richie, because she is definitely living her best life. And no amount of Scott Courtney news can keep her down, because Sofia was spotted out earlier this week going to dinner with some friends. And up until this point, rumored boyfriend Matthew Morton in Beverly Hills. So Matthew Morton, for those that don't know, is a co-owner of Cha Cha Matcha. And it's not Nobu, but the young celebrities did get caught sneaking some serious PDA while out at dinner. Sofia first hinted at possibly having a new love interest after she was spotted out at, well, Nobu a few weeks back. Now, the mystery date turned out to be none other than Hard Rock Hotel heir Matthew and co-owner of Cha Cha Matcha. So are you happy to see Sofia moving on from Scott so well? And do you think that this is really going to, you know, transpire into a real relationship?
So I'm so happy for her. You know, you want her to move on and you want her to forget. And just with everybody who goes through a breakup, you want the best for them and for them to move on. So super stoked. I don't think this is anything that's going to last forever. And, you know, maybe I'll be wrong and I'll be okay with it. I just think that the easiest way to get over somebody is to get under or on top of someone else. Everybody needs a rebound. This is her rebound. I hope she has a great time with it. And I hope she's living her best life. And if I'm wrong that this becomes more than a rebound, then even better. But I just think we all have that rebound, and we got to get through it and really move on from what hurt us. And so that's why I don't think it's going to be like a long-term anything forever. But I'm all about it. You go, girl. Live your best life.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that, you know, at the end of the day, Sofia deserves love just as much as anyone else. And if she's moving on with this new man and he treats her well and she gets the love that she deserves, then I'm here for it. But usually the next person right after a relationship, and a very public relationship, is a rebound. Not to dismiss that he's probably a great guy and probably treating her well, but just, you know, this isn't our first rodeo, and sometimes you just need that one person to move on, to kind of remind yourself, hey, I can do this again. I can get back on this horse.
Yeah, like I think people associate a rebound with it being a bad thing, and it's not. It's like this person is going to help you realize that you are better without this other person that was in your past. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? A rebound can last like a while. I just don't think they're going to be together forever. That's all I'm saying. But it's just I don't see a rebound as a negative thing. I think they're important,
Right.
and like you can get the confidence back when you have somebody that's like into you. And so I think it's great. And more power to her and him, and go live your life. Be happy. Don't
Yeah.
worry about that. Yeah.
Right. And I also think, some rebounds don't stay as rebounds. Sometimes,
Yeah.
it may start that way. I've had friends had this experience where, they met someone too early where they weren't necessarily ready to get into a relationship again and then fell in love. So that could happen too.
For sure. But right now it's a rebound, and you're right. It could become more than that. 100%.
Right. I want to shout out Keisha, who says, I'm happy for Sophia. She needs to get away from all the mess. She also said Scott's gonna come calling now. Yeah, we know how men work. Okay, they want what they can't have, and that may happen. But
Well,
let's move on to this Travis Scott news, because we reported earlier this week about Travis Scott deleting his Instagram account. Originally, we speculated as to whether or not backlash and trolling coming from Travis's Batman costume from Saturday may have influenced the rapper to remove himself from the social media platform. However, Travis has since explained that the Halloween trolling was not the issue. A source has recently come forward to clarify Travis's actions, saying, quote, Halloween had nothing to do with it. He is focusing on his family and their well-being and wants to influence his fans to do the same instead of being so consumed with social media. This is all interesting as Travis prepares for the launch of the PlayStation 5, which he announced at the end of September that he had partnered with to promote the new video game platform. The new gaming system is set to come out soon, so one might think that Travis has some reason to have, his promotional avenues open, such as social media. But Travis focusing on his duties as a father can be good news. But do you think that it may be leading towards a rekindled romance between him and the mother of his child? Or what do you think this explanation means?
so I think if you are going to step away from social media to focus on other things in your life, that's wonderful. Good job, Travis. Then delete your Twitter too. Don't come tell me that you deleted your Instagram because you're trying to do this, but you still have your Twitter. That doesn't fly with me, Papi. You ain't gotta lie to kick it. It's okay. Just,
Yeah.
you didn't even have to say anything. Honestly, you could have just had your Instagram deactivated, and that's it. And so I think that it's like, okay, sure, I kind of believe you, but not really. I think you have something else up your sleeve. We got the PS5, like you just said. Maybe there's an album coming out. There's something he is brewing. There's a marketing plan involved here. It's not just, I'm trying to devote time to my family. Okay, well, then get off social media altogether.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree. I think it's kind of a weird explanation because, yes, social media does take up a lot of our time and it can be distracting. And if this is truly the reasoning behind it, then I'm all here for it. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It just doesn't necessarily make sense to me. I think that, Halloween came with some backlash and maybe he just got overwhelmed that day. Sometimes things that don't normally affect you may affect you one day, and maybe he just needed some space, a little mental health break. We all need that sometimes,
For sure. And it's like he didn't even have to address it. Nobody had to say anything about it. And the fact it just doesn't, that I don't know. I don't fully believe that comment by whoever said that.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree. All right. Well, let's move on to our new music spotlight because we have a lot of new music. And first up, we're talking about Miss Lana Del Rey again. We got a lot of Lana Del Rey news this week. So we talked yesterday about Lana's recent cover of the song You'll Never Walk Alone for an upcoming documentary on the British Liverpool FC soccer club. We also updated you on the progress of Lana's next studio album, Chemtrails Over the Country Club, being postponed due to delays related to the pandemic. So in an Instagram live earlier this week, Lana decided to make up for the album disappointment to her fans and announced that she will have new music for everyone by the end of the year. Lana said this, quote, Chemtrails Over the Country Club, 16-week delay on the vinyl process. So in the meantime, I'm going to give you a digital record of American standards and classics for Christmas because I can't get the record plans to open until March 5th. While it isn't exactly what fans were hoping for, a new Christmas album for the holidays may be exactly what we need to hold us over until the new album can come out. What kind of sound do you think Lana can bring to Christmas classics? And are there any songs you particularly want to hear Lana sing?
I'm super stoked because this album is going to either be like a different side of Lana. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Hold on a second. Okay, no, I'm not. Never mind. It's either going to be like a different side of Lana because a lot of Christmas music is very cheery and like upbeat, you know? So I am excited if we're going to see something different from her or if she's going to change some of these songs to fit her style more. Either way, I think we're going to get surprises. I think for sure she's going to sing Silent Night because that is a song that already fits with her style and she can definitely kill it. So I'm excited. I get it. You know, like there's so much stuff happening in the world. I get that she can't finish the album that she was working on. So that makes perfect sense. But I'm glad that she's able to give us a little something else.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited. I think, you know, Lana's voice is perfect for the holidays and creating a holiday album. I agree with you. Silent Night would be amazing. I also think White Christmas, which we spoke about earlier, her singing that. Chestnuts open on a, what was it? Chestnuts. What is that song? Roasting on an open fire. There we go. Any of those would be iconic with Lana's voice on them. So I'm excited. And I hope she possibly does some duets on the album. Maybe we get some of her friends involved, her famous friends. Fun. That'd be cool, right? I know. So I'm very excited. Yeah. But let's move on to this other new music news because if Holy and Lonely isn't quite scratching your Justin Bieber itch, we have good news for you because announced yesterday via Twitter, Bieber is teaming up with J Balvin for the remix to 24 Golden and Ian Dior's single Mood. I don't know if you guys have heard this song, but it is good. The new remix is set to come out tonight at midnight and was announced alongside an animated cover of the 4 artists working on the remix track. How cool is that cover? This would be the second time Justin and J Balvin are collaborating on a remix following the work they did on the Sorry remix. We can't forget that because that was iconic. Are you excited to see what both JBs will bring to this track?
Yeah, I'm so excited. And I already really like Mood. Like, I love that song. So obviously, like, part of me is like, don't mess it up. But obviously you can. It's J Balvin and Justin Bieber. So I'm stoked about it. I loved their Sorry remix. I'm just now wondering, what kind of remix are we talking here? You know, like we have the remixes that are very similar to the song, just a change in the beat, the tempo, this add a different, you know, layer to it. And then we have the remixes that are completely different songs. So what are we gonna get?
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see what they do with this because this song is great. And of course, you know, we also have, what's it called? The, of course, it's slipping my mind. We also have TikTok taking over with Mood. That's what I was about to say. So, you know, I always got to bring TikTok up in the episode. And Mood is blowing up on TikTok. So, I appreciate the song already, and I don't know how they can make it better. But that's why I'm so interested to hear it tonight because you know they're going to put their spin on it, and I know they have the power to make it better, but I want to hear it. Like, I already want it. You know what I mean?
Me too. Totally. I'm excited. I just am wondering what we're gonna get. And the song is already so good, like what could you do? I don't know. I don't know. Is it gonna be Spanglish? Maybe? We got J Balvin in there. Like, what's gonna happen? Listen, if it is Spanglish,
Oh,
I will sing it for you tomorrow, Alex. Don't worry. I will do it.
pero like.
Pero like for real. Pero like for real.
Pero like for real. All right. Let's get some Spanglish on mood. Love it. All right. Well, let's move on to this CMA news because the CMAs are next Wednesday and the awards show has revealed their performance lineup for the star-studded event. The evening will feature performances by Dan and Shay, Justin Bieber, Keith Urban, and many more, including a special tribute collaboration by Jason Aldean, Dierks Bentley, Ashley McBryde, the Brothers Osborne, and Jeannie Fleenor. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. You can let me know in the chat if you have any more insight, to honor the late Charlie Daniels. So Justin Bieber, you may remember, is up for 3 awards with his 10,000 Hours, collaborators Dan and Shay. Are you excited about the lineup this year for the CMAs? And where is Taylor Swift in all of this?
Well, Taylor Swift hasn't been around for a minute in the country music world, I think. I am excited to see some of these performances. I don't follow country like religiously, but I like country music. I think country music is very easy to listen to, and there are some of the best lyrics out there come, in my opinion, from country music. It's just a very soothing, like I like them a lot. I just don't follow them religiously per se.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it. I want to see some of the performances for sure, see how they're able to do this award show, how we've been seeing all these virtual award shows. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah. Well, the CMAs, for those that don't know, stands for the Country Music Association. So they always bring a great show. It's super entertaining. There's always fun surprises. The country music world and little bubble get really into this show. So I'm excited to see what happens. And I kind of like the new age country where they have the Dan and Shay and Justin Bieber, and other kind of collaborators that may have crossed over. Country music usually is very kind of particular who they invite into their bubble, but I feel like with these younger artists, with the Kelsey Ballerinis and the Kane Browns, who have crossed over into both genres, pop and country, they're more excited about it. You know what I mean? Right. And open to it. So I feel like it'll be a great show.
Yeah, for sure. And I agree, like the slight transition of country bleeding into other genres, I like it too. But really, for me, country artists, like it's just some of the lyrics are just some of the best stories are written in country songs.
Oh, yes. They are amazing writers. I mean, that's what's so beautiful about country music. Just like you said, even if you're not a fan, I mean, the lyrics are just so simple and they make you think of things that you wouldn't think about before. The way they, word certain analogies or sentences or memories in their life, you're like, I can relate to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes, you hit it like perfectly. They just typical lyrics and typical messages, they're able to make them sound different and like reach you in a different way. It's really crazy.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
And it's always about family and love and a little beer. Like it's always like it's things we all love: family, friends, drinking, having fun, celebrating life. So it's a great genre. And I'm excited to see this. Also, for the first time in a long time, I heard Taylor Swift's Betty on country radio last week. So that was exciting. Maybe we will get a little kind of insight into whether or not Taylor will be there. I could see it possibly happening. So we will stay tuned. Yeah, McCole says, I think country has evolved. I used to hate all of it. Now there are some songs I like. Yeah, I'm kind of a later country fan too, McCole. I didn't necessarily, appreciate the genre as much as I do now. Now I love country. I've been to Stagecoach many times, and it's really about the storytelling and the music behind it. If you really get into it, it's great. So let's move on to our Card Jenner tea time, because it is time to get into those gates. Beep, beep. Let us in, because we got to talk about a lot. First up, let's just start with Miss Kylie Jenner, who, the Card Jenners cannot catch a break. So, following criticism from fans over both Kim's 40th birthday party and Kendall's 25th Halloween birthday bash over the weekend, Kylie is now coming under fire for a post she made to her Instagram account last night promoting her makeup brand. So Kylie let her fans know about the restock of the Kendall collection in honor of her sister's 25th birthday. She captioned her photo, quote, "The Kendall collection is back in stock officially on KylieCosmetics.com. I get the absolute most positive feedback on these beautiful products. I'm sad to say this will be the last time they're available. I still wear the Kendall lip kit every day, and it's a must-have in my purse. Enjoy." So fans across the internet were not happy with the post and called Kylie out for trying to sell products while the American election was still underway, with comments such as, "Read the room, sis," and "Girl, not the time to promote your products." Fans took issue with how the post reflected against the current climate in the U.S. Monsi and T-Tribe, do you think it's fair to criticize Kylie for posting this?
No, I just don't get people, Alex. I don't get it. First of all, social media, Instagram, it's a way of escapism. It's just another form of entertainment that we have at our disposal when you want to escape whatever is happening in the world. So if on election night you only care about the election, stay off social media. Don't go on it. If that's all you care about, you can watch the TV, go on those sites that you can keep up on it. Don't go to Instagram. Don't go to this other stuff, because that's a way for all of us to escape. Also, it was it was promoting something for Kendall's birthday. I don't, And also, this is all Kylie does. What are you talking about? This is like somebody who's never followed Kylie and decided to look at her story that one day and get mad, when it's like all Kylie does is promote her stuff 9 out of 10 times. She is a businesswoman. That is her job. So I don't get it. I don't get it. It was like I told you on election night, I went to bed because I didn't want to deal with anything. I went to bed. I didn't go on social media.
It's too much. Again, another example of misdirected anger. It's like Kylie has, like you said, a business. This is her job to promote things on social media, to support, her own business. We worked on election day. We brought you the morning tea on election day. You can't shame other people for working. And like we said, it was honoring Kendall and the Kendall collection for her birthday. So, Kendall's birthday is not on a different day. It's on the day of her birthday. So, all in all, I don't see anything wrong with it. And it's just unfortunate that people just love to criticize everything and anything this family does. And it's sad sometimes. Do I think at times they may deserve criticism? Yes, just like anyone else. But I don't think this is one of those instances.
Right. I was going to say, there are plenty of reasons that we could criticize them, and real reasons. But to attack them for social media, it's what I don't get. It's like we can really discuss many things where we can dissect, where we don't agree with what they do. But social media stuff, it's just kind of like, y'all, go read a book or something. Stop getting mad on social media over social media.
Yeah. I want to shout out Lady T Joy in the chat. She says, shopping relaxes some people. She was helping, LOL, not to mention the rest of the world. I think that's a great point. I think, we have to remember that the election and everything surrounding it is super stressful, super overwhelming. And I think all of us are human at the end of the day and could use a break here and there. So maybe she was helping one person out and giving them a little retail therapy during this time. Who knows?
Seriously, I gotta point out what Nicole said. She put,
Yeah.
people, who can I be mad at? Searching on Instagram, the car Jenners. And it's like, yeah, how people like go out of their way to be mad at them. And I just like, and there are real reasons that you can argue with me. But when you start talking to me about social media stuff, it's like, I can't sit and argue with you about that because it's silly.
It's very Yeah, Blonde Diva TV. Ooh, what a great name. They are mad they can't wear lipstick with a face mask, she said. And I think that's hilarious because I don't know about you, but I forget that I'm going to put a mask on every day still. And I know it's so, part of our routine every single day. So I still put my lipstick or my lip gloss on every single day. Girls, can you relate? Let me know in the chat. Monty, do you still put your lips on before your mask every day?
Every day, I put on my lip. I'm like, what am I doing on Halloween when I was Scar? I like get to Disney and I was like, I have to put on no, I have to put on a mask. And so I put the mask on and I was literally like, nobody talk to me because I'm not gonna mess up my makeup under this mask. I'm not moving my lips at all.
Oh yeah. I mean, I started to get those disposable ones that Courtney promoted were dangerous yesterday, but we shut that down because of the fact that my makeup gets on the inside of the mask. And now we're going on a full tangent, but it is a good way to kind of stay healthy, use a new one every day because they say you're supposed to wash them anyway. And your makeup doesn't, if it gets all over it, it's fine.
Yeah, fine.
All right, well, let's move on to this next news because the matriarch of the Kar Jenner clan, Miss Kris Jenner, Momager of the Year and the entire Earth, turned 65 today. We have already started to see friends and family send their love to Kris's way, with Kim posting to her Instagram to honor her mom. Kim posted this series of Instagram photos from the photo shoot she had with her mother, and they are stunning. Captioning her post, Kim said, quote, "Mommy, you're 65 years young today and never look better. I honestly don't know how you do it. You make life look so easy, raising 6 children and running an empire with being the most attentive mom and best friend." I'm sure there'll be many more outpourings of love to come today as more and more friends and family honor the queen of the Kar Jenner kingdom. I saw Kyle Richards just posted a tribute, and I know everyone. Jeff Latham, who does a lot of their floral arrangements, posted. Kris will, everyone will wish Kris a happy birthday. Can you believe Kris is 65? Also, so many Kar Jenner birthdays all at once. Did we remember that, they all kind of celebrate around the same time?
Yeah, no. Every year it's like, oh, right. They all celebrate really close to each other. It's like it's my first time around. And all had big birthdays, like big numbers, 40, 65, 25. Those are all big birthdays. So what a year for them. And kind of sucks that we are in this pandemic. And I'm sure they didn't celebrate the way they probably wanted to. I know they had parties, but they had bigger plans and they probably didn't happen.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see if Kris will have a party this weekend. And then on Monday, we're going to be talking about how they received backlash. That's what I'm wondering.
I mean, I feel like after all of this, Kris will probably be a little bit smarter about the way she celebrates. I think she'll have the same rule as Kendall. And maybe, her adult friends will follow better the rules. But I think she'll tell everyone not to post on social media. Or, like you said, in true Kar Jenner fashion, we'll just be talking about it on Monday, all the massive celebrations they had.
Yeah, for sure.
I still can't believe she's 65. Brittany said it best. Mama Kris is like fine wine. I mean, she ages beautifully. Those photos that we just posted, Kris stands out in that photo. Like, I didn't even glance over, not to any shade, but I saw Kris in that photo. Maybe I was paying extra attention because it's her birthday, but she looks gorgeous. So shout out to her.
Does. Yeah, she looks really, really good. She has a very classic look to her. And she looks good.
She looks good. Okay, well, speaking of some other people that are looking good, Kourtney Kardashian is either messing with us or has some serious feelings going on because continuing a trend of posting loving photos of Scott to her social accounts, Kourtney put up a throwback photo of her and Scott yesterday. So the photo was posted to her story with the caption, "Wow," with a laughing cat emoji tagging Scott on the post. This is the latest in a flurry of Scott love posts that Kourtney has uncharacteristically been posting lately ever since their trip for Kim's 40th birthday party. So even Scott has gotten in on it a bit with the post and hasn't really been spotted out with any new pieces of arm candy lately, discounting the thing with Amelia Hamlin that we're pretty sure isn't a thing. So Monty T-Tribe, do you think that this may be the start of a rekindling between Scott and Kourtney? I think we ask this every single day, but this is weird. You know what I mean? Like this, old Kourtney would have never posted a throwback of her and Scott. They have to be on good terms and possibly more. Monsi, what do you think?
So I agree that they are definitely on good terms, or else this would not have been posted. And you can just tell, like we talked about Kourtney, that she just seems very light these days. Like there's
right?
something that was lifted off of her shoulders, and you could just tell she's a little bit lighter. And so definitely they're on better terms. But I really think she's messing with us a little bit. I'm not saying that they're not rekindling, but that's not the word I would use. I think it's way too early to say that. I think that they are just figuring it out slowly but surely. And I think she hears the rumors, and I think she's messing with us. I think she's having fun, and she's posting these things just because she knows it's the talk of town between them. But I don't think it's anything really serious, like anything. I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I agree to an extent because I see the chat saying, Amanda's saying they like the hype. Tiny Media says, oh, these two get together or shut it up. It's annoying. Amanda also said, is she teasing Scott? Lady T Joy says, or they know how much people talk when they do stuff like this. So I agree to an extent that, you know, it's definitely on purpose, but also why? Like, you have no other time on your hands. You have 4 children. Why are you posting these throwback photos of Kyle? Like, it's, I'm sorry, of Scott and yourself. It's almost like, I feel like Kourtney's even more into it than Scott is right now. You know what I mean? Because Scott didn't repost the photo. At least before we went live, he hadn't.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, she's just having fun with this situation, honestly. And I don't think Scott is, I've said it, that if anyone is in this, I think it's Scott. If anyone is still fully in love and has feelings and all this, I think it's Scott. I don't think it's Kourtney. But I don't think that they are necessarily back together. I think that they just are on really good terms, probably for the first time in a very long time. So they can't possibly be working things out, but I say that there definitely is more of a we're gonna have fun with our fans, with the people, and I'm gonna post these photos. That's what I think.
Yeah, Blonde Diva TV says territorial behavior, and that is an interesting point. Maybe she's posting this to kind of woo Scott back or kind of keep him on a leash so his eyes don't wander anywhere else. Like maybe they are on good terms and she's kind of feeling this attention and likes the place they're in. That is an interesting point.
Yeah.
I could see that happening also.
Yeah, I mean, Kourtney could yeah, that could be a strategy.
Right? Yeah, that's a strategy. Yeah, I like that point. And it makes sense because, you know, if we're saying Scott is the one still in love and Kourtney's always had the control, then she knows she has the control. So she's going to use it, you know?
Yeah, for sure. But one, like you said, the one thing that I think we can agree on is they are in the best terms we've seen in a while.
Right. Or it's none of this, and Kourtney just found an old throwback photo of the two of them, thought it was funny, and posted to her story, and we are just speculating the worst. It could be that too.
Could be.
But that's not fun. But that's not fun, you know? All right, well, It's about time for our OMT story of the day. Some really, really tough and sad news we have to touch on. Lamar Odom and Sabrina Parr are no longer engaged. They called off their engagement. Posting to her Instagram story yesterday, Sabrina announced that the couple are no longer getting married. She said in the post, quote, "Y'all know I'm honest and transparent, so I have to be the first to let you guys know that I am no longer engaged to Lamar. This has been a difficult decision for me to make, but it is the best for myself and my children. Lamar has some things that he alone has to work through. I love him dearly, but I'm no longer able to be by his side while he seeks the help he so desperately needs. I wish him all the best, and I'm asking that you pray for everyone involved." Now, the relationship and engagement came about quickly. The couple started dating in August of 2019 and announced their engagement in November of the same year. Not much else is known about the reason for the couple's split, but Lamar does have a history of substance abuse and various addictions that he has sought help out for in the past. So what do you think about this news, Monty and T-Tribe? Do you think this may be, serious?
And I think there is some seriousness here, and it sucks, like Lamar, I think, has gone through so much, and he has some demons inside that maybe he's never fully faced and has just like bravely tried to put it aside and move on. But you have to deal with what's inside of you that's, torturing you. You have to face it, face forward, and not try and like put it to the side. And I think that's kind of what he was trying to do, trying to get past it, but maybe it's like coming back and it sucks because Lamar, like, he's such a sweet guy. He just has some issues, and I really thought that they liked each other. I thought she was very welcoming of him and his past that we're all very aware of. Once you let Lamar in, you fully know his demons, his past, but maybe he's the one that has never really dealt with his demons. And it's tough to date somebody or be with somebody who is struggling and they can't, deal with the struggles themselves. And for you to sit by and try and help them, you can only do so much. Like, the person has to do it themselves in order for you to be able to help them. So it sucks. This is just sucks.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Lamar is that guy that you wish for, and unfortunately he does have addictions that he struggles with. And really, those addictions were the demise of his marriage with Khloe. It's basically the reason that they are no longer together. So of course, as we know, addiction is not something to take lightly. And unfortunately, people, fall in and out of it and can't overcome those demons sometimes. It's sad to hear because I know that we wish love for him and thought that he was in a better place. When it comes to Sabrina, I think she just kind of put her mom hat on. Of course, she has 2 children. And sometimes, sadly, love isn't enough. You have to use your head over your heart. And maybe she realized that, Lamar needs to deal with this himself before he can have, or they can have, a healthy relationship together. It's all just really, really sad and unfortunate to hear because, of course, I'm a Lakers fan, grew up a Lakers fan, has watched this man as, an NBA superstar all my life. And from the sports aspect of it, always rooted for him. And he always had such a great reputation of being a kind, nice person. So you just root for him. No matter what's going on, you want the best for him. I also think we've seen that with the Jenner family, with Kris and Khloe. They always speak highly of him. They always kind of, whenever they speak about him in the press, it's always respectfully. So I too think they have a lot of love for him as well, and want the best.
And Alex, a lot of the people in the chat don't necessarily agree with us. They don't think that she had his best interest at heart and that she was looking to gain something from dating Lamar. And so you and I didn't see, and if you guys are right that she had the worst intentions and this wasn't the legit person I saw when looking at their pictures, then this is the best case scenario for sure. If you guys are right, 100%.
Yeah.
I really didn't think that, so I just feel bad for both of them. Either way, like I wasn't a Lakers fan, but I didn't ever dislike Lamar. I mean, I disliked him because he was a Laker, and I don't like him. I refuse to like that. And so, but you're right, like they're, as a basketball player, as an athlete, and every time we saw him with Khloe, it's like he was just a sweet, fun guy that like you wanted to root for. And so this just sucks. And if it's true that, she is not legit and she is shady and she's all these things, then good. I'm glad it's over. I'm glad Lamar can move on. And if it's not, if it's true that they really did have the love that I thought, I hope they're able to work it out. I hope they're able to overcome this. So I guess time will tell what the situation is.
Time will tell. Right. Because, honestly, I guess we don't know as much. The chat is getting heated about Sabrina. They obviously know more about her kind of intentions. And like you said, if there are bad intentions there, then maybe this is a positive thing. But at the end of the day, we just hope Lamar gets the help he needs, because that's truly what's important. It's sad that in general, any engagement ends. So it's all just sad news, and we wish him the best. Yeah.
Oh, Keisha Smith said that she found out that she had been with Tristan too. I did not know that. I did not know that.
That adds a whole nother layer to the story.
Yeah, I don't understand. I did not know that. And if that's true, then maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, we will continue following this story, get all the sides involved, and come back to you with more information. Again, like I said, at the end of the day, we hope Lamar gets the help he needs. But on that note, Monty, that is all the tea we have to spill today. What a thick Thursday. As always, thank you again for joining me this morning. And if you're new here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you're an after sipper, share your thoughts in the comments on all the tea we had to spill today. We'd love to hear them. And Monty, if they want another dose of you after the show, where can they find you?
Yeah, you guys can find me across social media at Monty Bolanos. You can see my name right up here. I don't know why the sound started crackling so much. Some technology, y'all, technology. It's not always perfect. Yeah.
Yes. And of course, you can find me on all social media platforms at Alex Schiffman. And on that note, it's time to wash our hands off, Monty. Everyone stay safe, put your mask on with your lipstick, and we'll see you tomorrow morning for such champagne and tea. Bye, guys.